We're Legends on Paper, an eclectic group of longtime gamers with a passion for Dungeons & Dragons. We're not voice actors, professional gamers, or paid performers. We're regular people, just like you, except that we'll probably make complete fools of ourselves along the way as we attempt to have fun and entertain. If you enjoyed tonight's production, please follow us on Twitter and subscribe to our channels on Twitch and YouTube. And most importantly, don't forget to tell all your friends. Thank you for joining us on this epic journey as Legends on Paper presents the greatest adventure.
Dear sister, the journey continues. We found ourselves in Lionsgate to finish business Hildegard had with one they called a Fat Man. But we didn't get a chance to even look at the fella before finding ourselves embroiled in another conflict. The king, along with his temple knights and the maidens of Suna, have stepped through a portal to hell opened by a magician of the court. It seems that they were taking the fight to their side. However, the only one to come back from the expedition was a knight by the name of Sir Gavin. But it came back different. Ripped to ribbons, with his eyes gouged out, only speaking a single phrase. They served, I ran. With only this to go on, we were tasked to find this portal, lying deep within the castle beyond a thick, oily black smoke that had seeped its way out of hell. Our benefactor for this mission, the Duke Elderoth, and the Prince Regent Arthur Penjago. Following rather confusing directions given to us by the young prince, we found the Temple of Suna in shambles, its lone occupant a Kabuto gnome and an injured temple knight. I tried to help them, only to find I'd been deceived. Little bastard summoned up a devil covered in sharp spikes, with a hide that resisted anything short of a magical strike. Despite this, the bear managed to bully him to the ground, and I got the finishing blow. We continue on to the portal. Fionn, I am trying to contain myself, but I feel my blood rushing beneath my skin with excitement at whatever challenge may await us on the other side of this portal. Do not fear for my sake. I will see you soon. Howl.
Hi everyone and welcome to Legends on Paper. Thanks for joining us tonight, and what a great intro by Hal this evening as we find our heroes and at the entry of a very dark, foreboding cavern, and something with probably heavy footsteps moving through the dark, oily cloud toward them. And that's where we begin our evening. So, what are you guys doing? Let's go ahead and get a marching order. I know that we had Howl and Dakir that were kind of in the doorway. So go ahead and put your figures up there in the doorway, and let me show everyone what that appears to be.
A map review.
There we go. There's our map.
It's so small.
Now, technically, you guys can only see about 20, 30 feet with the magical light that you have on your shield, Hal.
Which is now out. Hildy took it away from me.
Oh, he took it away from you? Oh, that's right. Yes, the last session,
Last week.
Hildy removed her glow and yours. So you're in complete darkness, seeing only the red glow of what you would assume to be the portal some distance away.
Directly in front of them.
Right, so that's the only source of light. It's very, very dim. Okay. But whatever's coming toward you is, I mean, it's obviously coming toward you. It almost sounds like hooves, heavy hooves on the stone floor.
Oops.
And it's not far away. What are you doing? Got about a round to decide.
Oh, just hovering through?
I'd like to take one of Hildy's chickens.
Okay, it's in her bag.
No.
No?
Actually, take it.
I mean, you can try.
No.
I'm saving this one's alive.
No, that's not what they're for here.
Are we running for the portal or not?
I'm telling them what happened. Scout
What
job.
are we doing?
Okay.
We have to decide as a group. Are we staying here and fighting, or are we running for the
No,
portal?
we should go there before something eats us.
Whatever it is, probably can see us.
Just... Fuck it.
Terminator run.
Runs. All right, so we're
You all
gonna
ready
bolt.
for the portal?
Yep, we're gonna
Okay.
bolt for the portal.
All right, so it's basically a dash on this round, and you can see the glow of the portal. It's a good distance away, 10, 20, 30, 40, about 50 feet or so, as best you can tell based on the very blurry glow of illumination coming from the opening. And as you get closer, go ahead and move yourselves about halfway. So 30 feet. Go ahead and move if you all have 30 feet of movement, go ahead and move your first movement or whatever your movement is that you want together, or like
are you
Scooby-Doo.
Whatever our movement is, I'm through the portal.
I mean, it's up to you.
I'm pretty close.
This is just kind of the movement phase before you use your action for additional movement as you get up that far. So I can describe what you're feeling and seeing as you're getting closer to this glow. It's resolving into what appears to be. You see what maybe shadows, something moving beyond the plane of the portal itself, although it's still very obscure. It's certainly not clear. It's like looking through dirty glass, but it's moving and fluid, and it seems to be where the heat is emanating from. And as you get closer and closer, you begin to sweat, almost just immediately begin to sweat. You got the rest of your movement to dash through if you want. And you hear the clomping is just like stopped as you guys start rushing through, except for the other clomping is
I don't cough that loud.
I know. It's
I got boobies.
Of stealth.
Here it's very odd. I don't know if we want to go through there after all.
It is the whole reason we're here.
The reason we're here is to scout.
Yeah, scout in there.
Yeah.
And how's this through the portal?
Okay, so you go through the
I
portal.
hope he doesn't
I'll let him go in first, and then I'll follow in.
Okay.
Do we hear the screams of the damned?
This is all your action. This is in the same round, your action. So Hal has dashed through. You can either stop and do something else, use your action for movement, or whatever.
I stop for like 2 seconds, listen to see if Hal's screaming horribly, and then I finish going through.
All right, so Dakir and Hal through the portal.
Road trip.
I'm sticking with you.
know. They'll probably die without our help.
We'll hold hands and walk through.
Well, I'm on my hand. I just shake and watch you.
Okay, all right. So as soon as you go through the portal, beyond is, I'll describe the area of what you see once you go through. But the first thing that happens as you enter this area is you feel the intense heat from the environment that you have just entered. And each one of you, there is no save for this damage. This is environmental damage that you cannot avoid. because this is the place where you are, and there's no way to escape it unless you have some mitigation against fire damage. Otherwise,
Just so. I
18 points of fire damage.
Everyone back through the portal.
You have entered. Now, what you see are flames rising from ember mountains under a sky streaked with winds of fire. Where the ground is solid, it is blackened and cracked. Where it is not, it boils with lava. Figures roam here and there, like they're in slow motion. Some wear robes or cloaks hanging like burned tapestries on spindly frames, while others jostle in metal armor, glowing with the heat, trailing once proud white cloaks, the golden fringes all but singed away. What flesh remains upon them is burned black and receded to show the bones beneath. Where they had eyes now burn red glowing orbs. And you can see clouds of flies that follow these dead or undead and alight on them when they stop. Unfazed, the figures are driven on by what appear to be 6 tall humanoids covered in sharp barbs, spines, and hooks, identical to the creature that you just fought in the temple of Suna. And each one has a savage head holding 2 gleaming eyes that are focused on their work at hand. None look to the portal. None of these dead or undead figures that clearly used to be temple knights and maidens of Suna appear to look toward the portal to escape. None hesitate in the task that they are carrying out. They're working on something far away, sometimes seeming to become part of it as they lay down where it is and never stand up. Whatever the thing is, it's massive. This is what you see initially as you first enter and feel the infernal heat. What are you going to do?
Does it feel like that's going to be just something that happens every round?
I don't know. Why don't you...
I mean, do I feel like I'm on fire?
Yeah, you feel like you're on fire right now. Yeah, you feel like you're
Everyone back out.
dealing with intense heat.
Cool. I'll be right behind you. Rock into a bear.
Okay, bear.
Or I could wait till everyone else does their thing. Or I want to rock into a bear and see if I could get a closer look at whatever that thing that they're building is, just from my position.
Okay, so bonus action to proc into a bear.
Yes.
And then it'll take you, you'll have to utilize an action
Yes.
to, okay.
I'm aware.
So go ahead and make a perception roll.
Okay. And this has nothing to do with smell. This is just like eyes, right?
No, perception is what you
Cool.
smell, what you see.
Just because as a bear, I have advantage on that.
Okay, then go ahead and roll with advantage.
Those are both pretty decent. That is a perception. That's a 19.
Okay, so the overwhelming scent in here that is pretty much obliterates anything else that you could possibly smell is just burning embers. And yeah, I mean, it's like being inside a fireplace or hearth. And it's strong, I mean, overwhelming almost. What you see as you stare purposefully at this, whatever it is that these once proud knights are working on, appears to be a prone glob of blackened and malformed dead flesh. It's about 30 feet in length. Maybe bipedal, it's hard to tell. But otherwise, completely unrecognizable as anything specific. It's nothing more than a globulous thing. All right, so bonus action.
I'm not moving out until everyone else moves first.
Okay, so What are we doing on the second round in here?
This is still first round. I haven't done anything yet.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you guys moved with your action.
Oh,
You
you
dashed
got
in.
that. Okay.
That was and you took damage. That was your first round.
All
So
right.
we're on second round now. So
Hildy is going to cast Prestidigitation and chill her clothes. So she can chill up to 1 cubic foot of non-living material.
1 cubic foot. Okay.
No, a cubic foot of cloth. That's a lot of cloth. So that's her whole clothes.
Well, if it were all folded together.
It's not a square foot. It's up to a cubic foot. So if she touches her chest, that should be her whole.
Okay. So
Yeah.
it'll chill, but
That's going to be her action.
what is your expectation? I mean, it
And
is.
it's going to make me not feel like I'm on fire.
Okay,
'Cause I
all right,
do
we'll
my
see. All right,
movement.
we'll see how that works. So this is prestidigitation that you're using
That's
to
my action.
cool yourself. Okay, got it.
And then my movement, back out.
Okay. All right.
I'm right behind it.
Okay, so you're.
I can't survive 2 rounds.
Yeah. And I get out of the portal and I'm rolling around as clumsy as it looks for a centaur. I'm rolling fire out of my body.
Look, now you're not actually ignited at this point.
I feel like I am.
Yeah, I mean it's like you literally just walked into a furnace.
Yeah.
But nothing has ignited on you yet. So you're moving out. You just cast prestidigitation. You're moving out. You just took a close look at what's going on, and
So, in this area where they're working on, is there any other direction that I could see anything?
yeah, I mean you could go literally as you just kind of glance around passively. You could go in any direction. But again, all you see off in the distance are these ember mountains that are smoking, the fire, wind overhead, and the activity that seems to be taking place, between these islands of lava, molten lava, and black cracked solid surface, earth, or whatever it is mostly out ahead of you, but it's not close. It's a good distance away, probably 200-300 feet away. So that's why Kiva had to really focus to kind of get an idea. And it's clear out here. The black smoke or the black cloud that is inhabiting and enshrouding the ins and out of the castle is not here. But instead, what you see are these huge, not obscuring, but these waves of heat all over.
I'm going to move up to Kiva. I'm going to touch the bear, and I'm going to give her a little nod towards the portal, and then Terminator running towards the portal, and I'm going to wait until she's on her way.
I'm with you.
Okay. And as soon as I see she's with me,
Okay, all right. Okay, so all of you running back through on that second round, and the heat damage you would take would be at the end of your turn. So by the time you guys get back through the portal, you're through, and immediately you feel the refreshing coolness in comparison to what you just left. I mean, it wasn't particularly cold before. It was still warm, especially since you have the portal right there, but it wasn't like anything close to the heat that you just escaped coming back through the portal. Dakir, rolling around as he says, worried that he might catch flame. Go ahead and roll a dexterity save.
16.
Okay. As you kind of roll through, landing back on your feet, you find yourself face to face with a figure that hulks high above you in this cavern, looking down with angry red eyes. You can see it has horns extending from a head. It's got wings at its back. It's holding a huge cleaver, and its skin is greenish red. It's got a bit of just rancid, tattered cloth around its waist, and it's a huge muscular thing with a massive belly. And you can see that there are spikes here and there along its frame, but very different from the barbed creature that you saw earlier. And I'm going to go ahead and update the map to show you what you're dealing with.
I don't know that we need to do that.
No.
One more.
He did just roll.
A. Then Hildegard ahead of me, then me, and then Bear.
Yeah, this is,
God.
yeah, the tank's in the back and the squishies in the front. This is how you roll a party.
We done?
I don't think he can fit through the doors we came in through, so.
I do.
You say that as if he came through those doors at any point.
I'm saying that as if we can run.
How high are the ceilings?
You can't even see. You can't even see how high they are.
Oh, they came from above.
So basically, your visibility at this point, if you have light, is 30 feet. That's it. If you don't have light, you're dealing with ambient light. As long as you're in the vicinity, it's going to be about 20 feet. So that's what you're dealing with in range, in the vicinity of the person with light. But nobody has light right now. So you just all walked in the darkness, and for just the glow of this portal, as Dakir comes tumbling through, landing on his feet, fortunately, in front of this figure that's bearing down on you, and it says, "Don't make toge, sak, tails," and it's looking at you angrily. You know this, Hildy, to mean none shall enter the portal. Of the master.
So I can understand. Can I speak back in that same tongue?
You can understand it, but you
Okay.
can't speak it at this point.
I'm gonna speak into Wakaday
In the Wergen, okay?
and say it was a mistake.
Okay, minute work. Cool. Here we go. So it hears you. It can clearly hear you. And it lifts its cleaver to bring it down. Let's roll initiative.
Oh,
Initiative time.
not it.
I'm last, everyone. Keep us last.
I'm, I like you guys. I don't know if I like you enough to hang out with this situation.
Well, my job is basically to stall it so that way the squishies can get away, so that way we're running in the back. So.
Okay, anybody over 20?
Wait, oh God, I'm sorry. I was so distracted by her roll.
Anybody over 15?
19.
18 and 19. Okay, so Howell and Hildy. What did you get, Kiva?
I got to natural 1.
Okay.
Plus 1 is 2.
All right, so and
8.
8. Okay, for Dakir. Okay.
Normally I'd act faster, but I wasn't expecting it to just be towering over me.
Well, to be honest, you were rolling on the ground. That coin.
Oh, I was on fire.
Well, you don't hear me speaking. You hear
Is your bear just bald? Like,
not spoopy.
Okay. All right. Hal, you're at the top of the turn order, and what are you gonna do?
Oh,
This thing clearly looks like it's preparing to bring down its massive axe upon somebody.
so I can see it enough.
Yeah, you from the glow of the portal, you can see it enough as long as you're within 20 feet.
All right, this is going to be a flying to action kind of moment. Shield is on the ground. Great axe off my back. Bonus action, rage, and I'm going to charge around Dakir, and I'm going to, that would be 5, 10, 15, 20. I can get all the way around it. So I'm flanking behind him and Tildy, and I'm going to take a swing at it.
All right, so 20 feet away from the portal without any other light, you're in complete darkness.
But I'm assuming now that I'm behind it, I've got the silhouette of it. And
Yes, I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Yep, I agree.
Is this thing not
Are you
on
doing it
fire or
right?
anything?
Yeah,
Is this thing's body on fire at
No,
any
it
point?
doesn't appear to be. I mean, unless it's invisible fire, but it doesn't appear to be in flames.
you son of a bitch, you wanted to be a 20. And that's a 20, wait, with +2?
Yes, flanking.
Flanking, 28 to hit.
Well, it hits. It hits.
And since that's my great axe, that's a d12. It's cocked. Worse! That's going to be d12 plus 7. That's going to be 9 points of slashing damage.
Okay, 9 points. A lot like the
Yeah, no.
Okay. A lot like the fiend that you dealt with earlier, it seems like it is able to mitigate some of the damage you do against it. You're not quite doing as much damage as you would expect to do against a typical creature of flesh, but you do some damage to it. And again, like that other creature, it seems to drip this black ooze of blood when you do strike it. Okay. Anything else from Howl?
Oh, I've got multi-attack. Another one. Natural 20!
All right. Good job.
And a 19 on the other one. And I'm going to proc the totem on this one.
Okay, all right.
That'll be 4d6 plus my d12.
Got it. Wow. But give them to me separately.
Yes. So on the axe, that's going to be 7 plus 6. That's 13 points of slashing.
Okay, all right.
Oh, wait. I do get it twice. 19 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And then on the totem, this is what you feel like.
I bet you that's right.
So 14 points of
Another 14, okay.
damage.
Yeah, so with your blade, you again doing some damage on the creature, but it's that magical bear clawing that just appears and claws the creature that seems to do more substantial damage, deeper as it cuts with its claws, raking down the front of it. Puts it on its heels a little bit as it wasn't quite expecting that. And
D30?
did you rolled in that 20? Yes, you do.
It was
Yes,
my
you
first
do.
D30 in the campaign. And that's a 25.
Okay, and that was with your slashing.
Oh, and since I crit thanks to my slasher feat, guys, I have more things I can do. So his speed is reduced by 10 feet, and now he has disadvantage on all attack rolls until the start of my next turn.
Okay, all right.
Slasher.
Okay, so what happens with that blow? The bear part, the bear is so shocking and unexpected to this creature that he kind of stumbles back 5 feet. So
On to you.
No.
no, that's backwards. He would have been like, I guess, twisted towards you as you came around.
Oh, so it's onto me,
It's
great.
in the opposite direction. So anybody on that side that he stumbles into,
Me.
is gonna have to make a dex save.
Okay.
And he's literally
So you
he's
have
literally
a
pushed
bad
back 5
day.
feet.
21.
Okay, so you save. So all you are is displaced by 5 feet. So he goes back 5 feet, and you go back 5 feet.
Oh, and the butt is just
I'm like
there.
getting up from my rolling and then just like trotting back while he's trying to stab.
I hit him from behind, so you just call it stumble forward.
Yeah. So good blow, man. Those are some great blows. Anything else from Hal?
Yeah, I'm getting back into range with him. I'm not. He's bloodlusted now, so I'm gonna move back up to his 5 feet, and that's my turn.
Okay.
Bonus action.
I'm a bonus switch.
Oh, yes.
Angry.
Okay. All right. That's gonna bring up Hildy.
Okay, Hildy, bonus action is gonna flash heal. Not a lot, but
And we all need it.
I'm expecting something other than heal coming out. I don't know why. It's Hildy.
5 points. Everybody gets 5 points.
Right. That's a bonus action.
Some of my organs are healing.
My friend's coming back.
So that was a bonus action. And then for her actual action, this thing is taller than her.
Oh yeah, this is the large creature.
Okay, so we're going to position it so it's aiming at the creature, but up, so it won't hit Howl. And she's going to cast Burning Hands.
Okay. All right. So go ahead and make that attack.
Mike knows, Hildy doesn't know.
We just
Hildy's old enough, she might know.
we just
might not
came out of
remember.
the plane of fire.
It's an attack, that's all Hildy knows. 10 points.
Okay. So as you reach out your hands and fire bursts forth, engulfing the creature just over the head of Hal as it kind of rears back a moment from the surprising force of it, more than anything else. And as it begins to, the fire begins to go out, You're not seeing any scorches or burn marks on the creature's skin, and he just kind of rears back forward angrily, but not very impressed.
But now, Mike can use meta to say no fire on demons from now on.
All right. Well,
I did breathe fire on one before.
you too.
Oh, you were far.
Yeah. Does it look healed?
Does it look healed? I mean, the only damage it's taken is to its back, and so you're on the other side of it, facing it.
She's asking if the fire healed its wound. Yeah, oh, okay.
Who knows?
You don't see the wounds. He sees the wounds, but not in a great position to speak to you about it. Is that it for Hildy then?
That is it for Hildy.
Is Hildy gonna move?
And given an opportunity to attack, no.
Stay in its frame.
Okay, so the creature. The creature standing before it is Hildy and Kiva.
We're
Turn to face.
It kind of twisted. It didn't matter. It can turn in its yes. Yeah. So
Getting real sick of you guys.
he can of course twist around and attack whoever he wants. He's moving very, very quickly and fluidly with this battle axe, this huge thing that's as big as any of you, as he twists around first off to take an attack against Howl, and then with his backswing he's cleaving around. And who's to his right? Is that?
That'd be Dicker.
That'd be Dicker, and then it
Just
was
say
okay.
Dicker, I don't care anymore.
Okay, so Dicker is going to have to face a second blow. So against Howl,
Just a straight roll on that one because reckless, but then he has disadvantage.
oh yes, because of your last. Yes, okay. So straight roll. Yeah, looks like it's gonna be about a 24. You need to make a con save.
Oh, yeah.
You should
Wow.
use that.
No. Why would you say that?
All right.
I'm sorry for the curse.
Fuck you.
So 15 points of slashing damage.
Okay, reduced to half.
Okay, and okay, so and you the wound is bleeding. I mean, it is bleeding profusely at this point. It's not. I mean, just go slicing through you and continue with the backhand against Dakir.
Disadvantage.
If it disadvantage, it might miss you.
That one's at.
I mean, he hit a 24 with it.
Hey, you have uncanny dodge, right?
Oh, I do. Thank you for reminding me. I forgot about it.
Okay, that's
just
going to
fell.
be a 22 with disadvantage against you. Yep.
Run. I'm out of here. I'll
For 12 points of slashing damage.
I'll uncanny dodge it.
Okay.
The 6.
And yeah, so
Thank you.
what you note about that strike after you guys have both been hit is that you feel like you're bleeding profusely from those wounds, more so than you have felt in regular combat. Anyway, so
Did you make a con save? Or did you have to?
oh yeah, you need to make a con save. Sorry.
No.
Okay, so my word stands,
Dice check?
and that's going to bring up the care.
Been doing all right.
Hooray! And since you are, this is the beginning of your turn, the bleeding that you're suffering
Don't like those dice.
gives you additional damage of 6 points of slashing damage at the beginning of your turn, and this wound is just not.
Yeah. There's just a pile of blood at the floor. A puddle of blood.
No, I'm sorry. You can go ahead with your turn.
Sorry. What kind of action would it be to have a good berry?
It would just be a regular action. If you have a good berry available, you can just.
You gave us
She
some.
gave us
I
each
did,
one.
yeah.
Yep, I remember.
Hildy, you have 3, or you have 2 on you. 1, you ate all of yours. I have 2, and you have 1.
You have 2 gems of healing.
I'm more worried about stopping the bleeding, like as an immediate thing. But either way, they're all actions.
That's true.
Do we want to fight or do we want to run?
Yeah. Are we fighting or running?
I think we're done.
You see
Okay.
you see the bear point its nose directly at the door.
Trailers
Fuck it. I'm out.
coming out.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Yeah. I'm just gonna use my bonus action to disengage, and I can get up to here.
You were so brave.
Okay.
I use my action to eat a good berry, and I'm hoping that'll stop the
So-
bleeding at least.
You're heading that direction. You can see fine until you get up to the creature. Between there and the door is complete darkness. So whether or not you actually find the door, the opening, is,
Do you want me to make a check?
yeah, roll an insight. No. Roll
Investigation?
perception.
Okay. 8.
8. So you find yourself against the wall. You don't know if you're left or right of the
Okay.
wall, of the where the door is. So just put yourself in front of the door, and we'll see which way it might be.
After I use my action to eat the good berry, does it look like the bleeding stopped?
No.
Oh, fudge.
Well, you have one more health.
All right. So, yeah. So you're a little disoriented. Everything's dark
glow.
except behind you,
I would like-
which you can see the faint glow again of the portal, and of course the creature is kind of illuminated vaguely in that. And anything else from Dicker?
Nope, I'm just panicking.
Okay, Kiva, you're up.
Great, cool. I'd like to bonus action rage.
Okay.
Action, can I do this thing that I've done a few times, which is take Hildy, scoop? I would like to scoop Hildy, and then I'd like to dip out.
Okay, yeah. Right. So you can. Is Hildy going to contest it?
I don't think so unless it gets me closer to the cleaver.
No.
Okay. So yeah, you can use your action to grab her and just kind of throw her on your back. I mean, the bear is pretty huge, and we'll just free action assume that Hildy's holding on, and then you have your movement left.
Yeah, I have 40 feet, so I don't just can
Yep.
move her up 40. I'm not disengaging, but he can only attack me, not Hildy, because Hildy's force movement.
Okay. And once again, once you're beyond the creature, you have no idea what direction. I mean, you have an idea. So roll perception.
Is Hildy glowing?
No, she turned her glow off.
Yes, just making sure.
Now,
Is-
I have a question though.
Yes.
When we first entered the hallway area with the leprechaun thing, with the rooms with the leprechaun,
Yes.
Hildy turned on her dark vision.
How long does it last?
8 hours.
Oh yeah. Then that would
Can
still.
I see anything?
You can see as if you're viewing with light, and so your vision is 30 feet.
Would,
Because I mean, it doesn't really help you see through smoke, but it gives you. You can pick up what ambient illumination there is better.
would I have advantage with scent? Just like, can I smell the one place that's not sulfur?
Well, the sulfur is all coming out of the portal.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm not sure if I could scent fresh air with advantage or if I can roll straight.
considering that there hasn't been a lot of fresh air, this whole place is
Yeah.
covered.
That's fine.
No, it's just a regular perception at this point.
We're not using that one.
Every single one of you today.
That might be a good
Well,
one.
at least you're not throwing them at me today. Yet.
Why don't take a 16?
16. Okay, so you have you're much better oriented as to where. Is that as far as you could move, or could you move any further?
Can you move me? How is that 40 feet from where I
I moved
was?
you 40 feet from where you were, yeah. Because you were over here, so 10,
And then we're
30,
pretending
40.
Hildy's on.
Wait, it's each square 10 feet or
No, they're all
5
5.
feet?
Yeah, you were here. So, oh, what am I doing? Sorry. Yeah, you're all the way up here.
I'm at the door.
Oh.
It's because you're moving 2 squares, so I don't know how I got in my head. Yeah.
Okay, so that's as far as you can move, and so
It
you
gets an attack
are.
roll
Yeah, you're without.
with
You're,
disadvantage.
until Howl's next turn.
Yes.
All right, so it's opportunity attack on you. Wow, would have been a nat 20. Is still 24.
Why don't
23.
take it?
Okay, so 3 points of slashing damage. No, sorry, 8 points of slashing damage.
4.
And also, you have a wound that is.
Save or
Yeah, yes, make your con save to see if that.
nat 20.
Nat 20, okay. So, fortunately for
don't.
you, Yeah, your wound is not continuing to bleed.
Well, that makes sense because my form isn't actually real. So
Okay.
Bullshit.
All right, so is that it for Kiva then?
that's it for Kiva.
Okay, so we're back to Howl. You take
Yeah.
damage.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, just dropped that. 7 points of slashing damage.
Wait, no,
That's unavoidable.
factual.
So your anger just makes you bleed less.
Oh yeah, that is a good question. Rage's interaction with that. Do I still take half?
I don't think you know because it's not something you can avoid.
Okay. Oh god.
It's kind of like passive
Not
damage,
an attack.
right? Pretty much.
That would have been funny though. Like you're angry, so get back in there.
So my blood's coagulating.
Well, at least you don't.
Yeah. Okay. I think. Oh, listen, we're rock fucked, aren't we? Yeah. Howl's gonna do what he does best, and he's actually going to take the disengage action
Okay.
and turn heel as he hears his friends running in the dark beside him.
Okay.
Or what he assumes is them. Oh, sir. And going to run. 10, 15, 20, 25. It could get me out of the room. I have 40 feet of movement.
Right. So go and roll your perception now to see if you find the door in the darkness.
Fuck me. Natural 20.
Oh wow. So you thread the needle between Kiva and Dakir and manage to get through up the stairs and out the door into the very, very narrow landing that goes up the spiral staircase.
I'm kind of mumbling to myself. Oh, never pull me away from a fight.
Fucking hear Hey, keeping the technically my rage stays up because I did take damage this turn.
Just
You did.
Angrily sprinting up the stairs.
And that's going to bring up Hildy. You're on the back of a bear.
Okay. Hildy is smart enough to realize that if she can only see this little bit, her buddies probably can't see it all. So she's gonna pop full throughout the day as a bonus action. So that is bright for 20 and dim for an additional 10.
Yes, and so your glow is not quite as powerful as a light spell, but what it does is it's going to fuck up your dark vision. That's gone. I mean, it's still there, but it's not helping. And so your total vision, everybody's total vision around you is going to be 20 feet from you in any direction.
And I'm going to hang on to Kiva and yell back at the thing throughout the day. We're leaving the portal, don't kill us!
Okay. It's turning. As you guys are like booking past it, it's turning. Is that it for Hildy?
Hildy is going to hold her action in case she's actually attacked.
Okay, hold what?
A dog.
Okay, all right.
Or you could just
Yeah, just
take
take
your
it
dog
Action,
option.
action technically.
because it's all attacks against you when you take the dog.
Okay, then I'll
Until you
take it out.
Okay, all right. So that's gonna be interesting. I'm on top of a bear.
The difference is,
Yeah.
she's trying. Yeah, she's trying to get me in the way.
I kind of get that impression. Okay,
Solid snake.
all right. So is that it for Hildy then?
on the
I'm
side.
already, using my animal handling to steer them. Yeah,
Why let you do it?
that's it for Hildy.
Sequel to Ratatouille.
All right, the massive fiend turns and comes forward.
Wait, I'm on the horse.
It's gonna move up right behind Kiva and Dakir.
So
Yep, right in there. And it's going to. This thing's pretty smart.
Not it.
Well, it's not.
It's blowing. I mean, it's kind of hard for me to avoid that at that point.
Okay.
All around me are.
It's striking down. I'm going to call this attack against Hildy and attack against Kiva.
I do get,
both of us.
but I would like to say I do get an attack because it's hitting Hildy on my back, and that's Sentinel.
It's not an opportunity attack. It's not an opportunity attack.
Yeah.
No, I thought.
I think Sentinel only works as an opportunity.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
This is a regular attack.
This is his turn.
Oh no, I meant to. Never mind. You do your thing. I'll make sure I think I know what I'm doing. Keep going.
Okay, all right. If there's something I'm missing there, let me know. But I think it only works on opportunity. Anyway, so we're going to say making an attack on Kiva and one on Hildy. The first one on Hildy.
It's not up
Did I
to
get that?
He attacks.
All attack.
He attacks
Because
it on,
you're dodged.
He procs it on me.
Yeah.
Or he procs me.
Oh, well, that's a much better roll for you, bringing it down to 16.
16 is my armor class, so I will use repel.
Okay, all right. So yeah, that's easily good enough. An invisible shield envelops you, and it just goes off to the side. And he turns his wrist, and brings it back down toward Kiva. And
Use repel.
that is going to be 22
Yes, that hits.
to hit. Okay, go ahead and make another con save.
I swear to God, I couldn't answer.
Right under her.
Okay.
That is, wait, that's a 15, 21.
Oh yeah. So you saved. Yep, you easily saved.
You attack, I get an opportunity attack on them when they attack someone
Yeah.
within 5 feet of me. An ally within 5 feet of me. I get
Yes.
an opportunity attack.
Okay, with the Sentinel.
Yes.
No, they don't. It's not when they are.
It's all the
No,
way around.
it's not their opportunity attack.
Okay.
She gets an opportunity
Okay, so
attack on them. When
you
they-
get but it's a reaction, right?
Yes.
Okay, so as long as you're not using another reaction.
No, I'm using a reaction.
Okay, got it. Okay, so 12 points of damage from the axe attack, slashing. And you made this con save now twice, so your wound is not continually bleeding. And okay, all right. So bellowing loudly, this creature is looming over you. That's gonna bring it to Kira. What are you doing?
I get my opportunity.
Oh yes, go ahead and make your opportunity attack. Go ahead. Sorry.
That's fine. That's 11 plus 7. 18?
18 hits. It does hit.
As I feel the claw striking into my back, I just turn around and do a little.
Okay, just swipe.
Yep. That is a 6 plus 4 plus 2. That is a 12 points slashing damage.
Okay.
Normal slashing damage.
Right. Okay, so not as satisfactory as against a regular being of living flesh, but still, you draw more of that black gooey blood.
It does keep it from moving for the rest of its turn. I don't think it's going to move anymore on its turn, but
Okay.
that's the thing.
Yes, because that will stop its movement. Okay, so Dakir, what are you doing?
Oh, do I
Dakir, you
take my
take
slashing damage?
Yeah, you take more slashing damage.
Yay.
6 points,
Thank you.
unavoidable.
Thank you. Can I have another?
Yeah, I was about to say that. I'm not doing well. I'm going to use my attack action, swipe at it with the 18.
18 hits.
Okay. An ally.
But no. Hildy's got the light on, so we're good.
Yeah.
He'll leave the light on for you.
And 16 points. Oh, I'm sorry, plus 3. So 19 points of
19.
damage.
Okay.
As I slash into one of its calves.
And lets you run away for free.
Now that I can see the exit, I'm out. Well, no, I might as well use my bonus action to do my offhand attack because I'm
Alright.
gonna outrun everybody else anyway. So does a 14 hit?
No.
Okay.
No, that misses. The first one draws a little bit of damage, not as much as you hoped, but a little bit. And the second one completely missing. You have movement left?
I haven't moved, so yeah, 50
Okay.
feet.
All right. So you can,
down.
you're literally, the landing is only 10 feet. So you can move 10 feet to get to the stairway, and then the rest of you remember you have 30 feet of spiral staircase. It's only about 10 feet wide.
I'm gonna go halfway
Not
up.
even
That
that,
way I'm
like
not
5
too
feet.
far ahead of everybody else and people that might be able to carry me if I go down.
So how far are you going?
You said it's a 30 feet staircase?
Yeah, 10 feet to the landing, and then 30 feet up to the top.
I'll go 15 feet up the staircase.
Okay, all right. So you're
yeah.
15 feet up.
Actually,
winding staircase?
before I say that, would I be blocking the staircase for everybody
Yeah,
else?
you would be.
I'm going all the way up. Never mind. Forget
Can
it.
you make it all the way up?
I have 50 feet of movement.
Oh, yeah.
I'm also in the staircase right now.
Now you can push by him, but that's going to take up. It's going to be like difficult terrain, so it's going to take up another 5 feet.
That's
Does that
fine. I'm
matter?
only using 40 to get all the
Okay,
way up,
so yeah,
so
you
I
got
have
it.
50.
All
You
right,
see me
so
majestically jump over you.
more like a pressing past, but
In
yeah,
your mind,
you
it's
get
My
up there.
Little Pony doing like
Have you not hit your head on the spiral staircase?
It's what I see and what he sees. I see me majestically leaping over him. He sees me awkwardly like,
Now, as you do so, I mean, you can follow the staircase. I'm not going to give you a hard time about that in the complete darkness.
Yeah.
Because you have left Hildy, and when you find yourself up to the top of the staircase and into the hallway, it's just completely dark.
All right.
You see nothing around you.
I'm just shivering and leaning against the wall for everybody else as I'm bleeding out.
Yeah, so that staircase is 5 feet wide. Okay, so it brings up Kiva.
Kiva can't fit in that staircase.
You can squeeze through. A large creature can squeeze through, but it's like difficult terrain. If you want to maintain your shape.
Yeah. Oil. Still. Do I want to fuck with fate? Oil take the disengage action to get away. That's 10 feet up the stairs. 10 feet to bare feet.
4, 10.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a difficult. Did you calculate it down to difficult terrain or not?
I got 40 feet of movement. I count. It's.
But you weren't in difficult until you hit the stairs.
Until you hit the stairs.
I hit
10
the
feet.
stairs.
You have 30 left.
Yeah.
Right? You have 40 as well?
I
50.
think oil.
Why? Just take us.
Yeah. Fuck.
When you get to where Howl is in the stairway, you cannot push past him because of your size. Without injuring him.
Yeah, then Oil look at you, Oil give you a look, then Oil will turn around to protect Hildy at my back,
Okay.
so that way Hildy is further
Alright,
up
so
the
you're-
stairs and
you're-
I am blocking the way.
Right. So you're providing cover for Hildy and everybody else.
Yes.
Okay. And how far are you up? 15 feet?
I
Well, how
am
far was Howl up? He was only up like.
I was only like 20 feet up.
Oh, you're 20. Okay, so you're not quite to him. You're still got like 5 feet of space between. You were able to move 15 feet as a bear up there, right? And so that leaves about 5 feet of space between you and Howl. But you can still do that. I mean,
I still turn around because
Okay.
I figure it's about to, meet me again.
all right. So you're up to. Okay, got it. So, all right. So Howl, you're going to continue to take damage to total of 3 points of continued damage from the wound. You got a clear way up the stairs. It is dark, but Hildy's right there next to you, illuminating the way up around the corner.
Yeah, I'm gonna continue up the stairs.
Okay.
Question. When I interacted with that illusion, did the gem that I was going to give the dying knight that turned out to be fake, did that get used?
You never said you crushed it,
Okay.
so I assume that you did not.
Okay. Cool, because that'll be my action.
Okay. All right. All right. 2d4 plus 2.
2d4 plus 2. Okay, that's 3 more. Yeah, that's 6 points of healing. 6 more than I had.
Okay. And it just crushes and it just like to dust and then flakes out of your hands.
Oh, stay
You feel the
inside
energy.
it. And he's just gonna keep moving through the stairs, probably bumping into Kira on the way up.
I'm staying outside the door, just leaning against the wall, bleeding.
Yeah, you can see just a faint glow from Hildy's light coming from up the spiral staircase as you get into the hallway next to Dakir.
Okay. Get ready to jump him.
Jumping, we're running.
Just in case. And that's my turn.
Okay. Hildy.
Okay. Hildy is going to use a bonus action to do her second and last flash heal. 3 points, everybody.
Do you have to see the people?
Nope, I have to sense within 60 feet.
Okay, that's right. Okay, so you got it.
We're in sense and distance.
And then
Love them at the list.
for her movement, she's going to, I assume, half movement to dismount a bear.
No, I mean, you're just letting go. So it's free action.
Head up the stairs.
Okay,
Good.
all right.
Good. Oh god, it's gonna be 2 attacks against me. I'm not gonna get that much.
Okay, all right. So you're going to be at the top of the stairs, illuminating the way forward. Now in the stairway, just as you left it, you can see 20 feet each way down the hallway from the center of where Hildy stands next to you. The other doors, the one right across that was the storeroom, still hanging open. Nothing seems to have changed. And so Kiva, what are you going to do? Oh, wait. That was Hildy. No. We got the creature.
Kiva, what are you gonna do? Brace for impact.
Yeah, so before we get to Kiva, you're 15 feet up the spiral staircase right now.
I'm blocking the way.
Yes, you are. As a bear still, basically just stuck in that space. This is a large creature also. And so he's gonna...
But it is larger.
Same size.
He's a large creature, so he potentially has the same issue that you might in terms of getting up the stairs. And before you move him, I just need to see how far away he is. Oh, there, that's about right.
Yeah.
That's what's gonna happen anyway.
25 to the stair.
Yeah.
If he's got to squeeze up, he might not be able to swing it. Maybe
Not
not just have to
so.
fight.
Yeah.
Or breathe fire onto you and catch your fire on fire.
I'm resistant to fire.
Acid?
I'm resistant to acid.
Everything.
I'm resistant to poison.
Okay.
Everything but
I resist
You hear
poison, but
you hear what sounds like the beating of wings as he comes forward, and of course he can't fly within the small confines of the spiral staircase. And you hear him kind of grunting as he tries to push himself up forward around the curvature of the stairway. And you're 15 feet up. Wow, he can just barely get in there, and he's got this axe like within striking distance of you, kind of coming forward. Yeah, this literally as far as he can go with his flight and his movement speed combined in a very mathematical way to figure out what he's got left. But he has more than enough, I think, and yeah, he's going to be within striking distance of you. Both of those attacks against you.
I expected it. That's
And,
what I'm here for.
okay.
Farewell.
15.
Still hits.
Okay, and then the other one's going to be like a 21. All right, so make a con save
That's a 13 plus.
for each.
That's a 19 for the first one, and that is, I failed the second one.
Okay.
How did you fail the second one, Kiva?
All right,
I blame you.
9 points of slashing damage on the first strike and 19 points of slashing damage on the second strike. And one of your wounds is now dangerously continuing.
When I drop out to bear form, I'm gonna have a question about whether or not that carries over to Kiva.
Yeah, it does. But what's left of it, what's left of the damage carries over to Kiva. So after your bear hits 0, whatever
Yeah.
0 and whatever goes to Kiva.
Where I'm like,
Oh,
does the bear?
You mean
Bleeding.
functionally the bleed.
Yeah.
The bleed, yes.
But does the wound carry over? That's what gets
Yeah, the wound's going to carry over because
Magical bleed.
well, what took you out of bear form? The first strike or the second?
Neither.
Oh, neither.
She was asking
She was saying when she gets out of
Oh,
there.
so you're not being forced out. You're not being forced out.
Nope, I'm good.
Okay, so then no, you would not. You would not carry that wound over because it's the bear that took the damage, and unless it forced you out of that form, you don't have the wound. You don't carry your wound over,
Okay, cool.
or you don't carry your damage over either. So, so yeah, it wouldn't make sense. So okay, if you drop it on your own, that's fine. It didn't make sense for her to. She didn't carry the damage, so why would she carry the wound?
It's weird though. They're all psychic. bleeds.
That would be different. Okay. All right, Dakir, you're up.
Trying to picture what a psychic bleed looks like.
An aneurysm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use my action to grab one of my healing crystals.
Okay.
Start rubbing it on my bleeding wound, even though I know that's not gonna change anything. 2d4 plus 2.
Yes.
Pathetic 6.
Okay. And you still take damage from the wound,
Of course I do.
but not a whole lot this time. 3 points.
Okay.
And anything else from Dakir?
I'm gonna wait for everybody else to get to the top of the stairs before I start running any further. So no.
Okay. Now, Kiba, you have the one wound. Oh, no, you don't have the wound unless you stay in bear form. So what are you doing?
Is it at the top of the round that you take the damage?
You take at the beginning of the round.
Then I take the bleed damage, and we'll see if this drops me into
Okay.
bear.
Okay. 3 points.
I'm still hurt. I'm still a bear. Okay, cool. I'm going to bonus action, drop out to bear form, action, disengage, and use my 30 feet movement to get the rest of the way up the stairs.
Okay. You're 15, which is going to put you at
the top.
35. You're going to be in the hallway with the rest of them.
Cool.
Anything else from Kiba?
That's action, bonus action movement.
Okay.
I'm back at 28 hit points.
All right. So we come to the top of the round with Howl. And Howl, you have the one bleed that you're still dealing with for 3 points of damage.
So now he's
Now he's down 25 feet in the spiral stair. You can't even see him. You hear him grunting.
is Kiva back up here?
Keep us back up. You're all in the hallway. The door's open. You're all in the hallway.
Still a bear.
No, she's not a bear.
Not a bear.
No, I'm a person, and I'm not bleeding.
Oh, can it get up here?
I don't know, but I think we've scouted enough. I think.
Oh, God. I think Howard's going to take a minute to see if he can like, kind of maybe we look for maybe like
Stomp
some
zone.
padding. Yeah.
Okay.
Try to
Roll the wisdom.
Wisdom.
Wisdom save.
Ooh.
Actually, what it is a medicine check. Let's roll a medicine check.
Okay. That is 19 total.
Okay, you're able to stop the bleeding, and you'll no longer take wound damage from that fiendish wound. Okay. Anything else for Hal?
Guys, we need to go. Probably a good idea.
We scouted. We could not scout anymore. It's time to go.
You, Chloe, bleed, please.
What's that way?
He's gonna start hobbling over.
Okay, you guys start beating feet out. So, for whatever reason, the creature does not continue up the stairs, and it either, well, for whatever reason, it decides not to continue up the stairs trying to pursue you. As you find your way back down the corridor to the doorway that leads to the outside alley next to the Temple of Suna. You're still bleeding, and in that round, you're going to take
But
another 6 points of damage.
I was gonna say on my turn, I'll take
Okay.
the 6 points, but I was gonna take a page out of his book, seeing that he managed
Okay.
to stop it.
Yep.
I actually go after him. I was gonna cast heal on him.
Okay, so go ahead and cast heal.
Okay.
Cast your healing spell first.
Psychic cure,
Right.
if you will.
Yeah, heal would be a bit bigger.
Feels more fun.
He would heal me 3 times
Sorry.
my max hit.
4.
It's better than nothing, thank you.
Okay, so at the beginning of your round, you take 6 points of damage.
Yeah, okay.
Even after the cure spell? Or, no, okay.
Yeah, the magical healing hasn't stopped it. My medicine check is pathetic, 12.
Still bleeding.
Yep. I'm trying to replicate what you were doing, and I'm just packing it in.
No, that's not how you do it.
No, he's doing it exactly as you did it, but the problem is that he is part horse, and he's got that weird attitude.
You're no longer in initiative. So where are you hit point wise right now?
I'm at 12.
12. Okay, so rather than beleaguer everybody trying to do medicine checks on you, we'll assume that at some point you're able to stop the bleeding before you go unconscious, and you find yourself just assuming doing this before you exit.
Yeah.
The door's open. You know it's outside. the cloud, the darkness is still there, but it's just a slight bit of illumination from that, and of course Hildy, you're able to see as far as, well, 20 feet still. So, what are you doing? Out of initiative.
Piers, before we go any further, the bad thing spoke to us, and it said, "No one shall enter the portal of the Master."
I think I saw what that master was.
It might be attacking us because we went in. Should we scout the rest of that area?
We didn't see these walls. We can never see that far, right? Are these just for your map, or are these?
No, you couldn't. That was for that chamber. So no, you couldn't see the. It could go further. You know, it could be a larger chamber than
That's
that.
what I'm saying. Was this just for us to navigate on?
Yes, yes.
Didn't we? If we went in the portal, then we already went in the portal. I think that it'll just attack us now.
I would like 8 hours of rest first, please.
Flying owl.
Well,
Did you see the
my
slide that I
entrails
put
also became my outrails, so.
Yeah, you couldn't really take the hit of that cleaver, huh?
And Howl is just going to stare Kiva in the face. Yeah, you know, it's funny when you're a bear. When you're not a bear. Fuck up, I didn't think of that. Well,
If you wanna,
well, right now we're out in the open, and we can't see more than 30 feet in front of our faces.
There were rooms back in the temple. Perhaps we could lock the door.
Well, but more of those spiking up fellas might be lurking around.
I understand your point of view, Hildegard, but I feel like it's pertinent to get our information back to those who hired us.
We don't have any information, dear.
We know what's beyond the portal. We know that there is a.
Sorry, DM, is Howl remembering correctly when he distinctly remembers them saying 3 days, waiting 3 days on the other side. Or am I making that up?
Waiting. What's waiting?
For on our scouting mission before we went in, they said something about 3 days.
Oh, that they would wait 3 days at the yes.
Okay.
They would post guards there for 3 days. Is what the Lord
Right.
Anfield said.
We have information of what happened to the Temple Knights. I'm assuming that's what those abominations in the robes were past the temple.
And the maidens Asuna.
And the
Very
maidens.
hot. In there, it was very hot.
It was very unpleasant.
I had a moment while I had a moment to check on the maidens and their barbed demons telling them what to do, and the flies that follow the corpses, and more importantly, the giant black ooze of a humanoid form that they seem to be rebuilding, which I don't think is a very good thing.
None of what you just said sounds good. I didn't get as good of a look as you did. But
I was
What do you,
I saw it all.
what do you mean the maidens of Suna were?
you know, the temple knights and the maidens that came
Their
on the
robes.
first voyage.
they looked like husks, but they had the same robes on.
They look like the spiky fellows, or like the
No,
corpses
like-
finding littered
Like
around?
corpses.
Like the corpses, except instead of empty eye sockets, they were glowing with fiery coals of hell.
They looked like corpses, but their eyes were glowing. It was
How
horrible.
did you know? You didn't see it.
I saw it on the corner.
This was the bear vision.
Well, it's half of what I'm describing wasn't smell-o-vision.
It did smell a lot like sulfur.
She said it out loud. That's how Hildy saw
Did
it.
she?
Just
Did she?
Oh, that's when she. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hildy.
Oh, okay. Acting so I was learning at the same time as you, and you're just gonna treat him like an idiot. All right, I understand. I heard that lot in life.
I caught on to what she was doing.
I was like, did she say it while we were in there?
No, she was literally.
Like,
She's repeating Kiva.
Right.
But we didn't see the
parrot.
queen or the kin. We just saw the maidens and the knights.
We know anyone that was dragged beyond that portal is dead. There's no way they could have survived with that kind of flame.
It singed all the hair off of your butt.
Do I see? I look around. Do I see like a
Turning away.
tail? And
He does look a bit singed. No major patches. Singed. How do you see it in there a little longer?
I don't. Well, I suppose the question was, do you want to serve? What was it? Serve or?
And I ran, they served. Well, it looks like we understand what serving means now.
That's what we thought was.
So, do we want to go to one of the rooms in the Temple of Suna that has a locked door, take a rest, and then take a closer look the next day?
Guess we can take a vote. I vote that we return with the information that we have.
Well, that is what we were commissioned to do.
Is
Here, smart.
Is there anything else you think we could have learned?
But you did
Well,
at this
you could have
point.
learned.
A possible fight.
Well, we know the demon has a master guarding the portals.
Yeah, that's enough for me.
We know that we need some type of protection from fire before we can go into the portal.
Now we have to give our ring back, Howl.
I'm keeping it.
I'm keeping mine as well.
What do you think this is? We're going to war. We need equipment.
If we're going back into the portal, I will trade this ring for a ring of fireproofing.
See, I like it because the specificity probably would have helped us.
Let's just ask for a ring of fireproofing in addition to what we already have before we
I don't
negotiate
know if
down.
That's a thing.
I assume they knew what they were talking about,
Can we-
but I don't either.
So are we going?
First,
It's all we need to vote.
we grab a piece of that spiky guy. Just to. Either way, I think we should be going
We
back
should
into the
talk while
temple.
we walk.
Like, we walk back towards the Temple of Suna.
Towards the temple.
We're not just talking in the middle of a fucking hallway.
All right.
Heading towards the outdoor.
Well, I mean, you have to pass by the Temple of Suna on your way, retracing your steps. So once you get to the steps leading up to the broken doorway, you can go in or pass it on, whatever you want.
I'm going in.
All right, you're gonna go in, and go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna ask, what is your intention to explore more, or just simply to retrieve some of the creature that you killed earlier?
Definitely want to retrieve some of the creature. Howl specifically is going to take a look at the altar.
Okay.
And see if there are any artifacts or anything left
Okay,
behind.
so let's go ahead and take a quick break right now, and I'm gonna go ahead and bring out the map for the temple again, in case you guys do anything wonky in there, anything comes up, which, you know, I mean, I'm
I feel
sure.
like if you bring out the map, we have to explore it at one point.
At least that changes in one day.
Why not? And then, and then we'll see where it goes. So let's go ahead and take a 5-minute break, and we'll get back to it. See you in a minute.
5 minutes.
Welcome back, folks. We are back with you. Heroes going into the Temple of Suna. So, you guys are at the steps of the Temple of Suna. It doesn't look like a whole lot has changed. Still had that cryptic message on the door. House the Rising Sun. By the way, do you guys, any of you, none of you worship?
No.
Not yet.
Well, I'm on the opposite
Maybe
side of that lunar cycle.
Yeah,
I'm
so,
kind of agnostic.
all right. Anyway,
be
doesn't look like a whole lot's changed as you stare
Guilty
at
as.
the broken doorway. What are you doing?
Well, she was alive before the gods were around.
So I'm going to very carefully walk through the front door and straight up to the altar.
Okay.
Remember.
Yeah, so you go through the front door, and there's basically an anteroom. Beyond that is the opening domed chapel, which is quite large. You can see that there is the altar where the Temple Knights and Maidens of Suna were basically knight equivalent, but female. And if you remember back to episode 1, Hildy and any of you that were actually watching the tournament, the Maidens of Suna are specifically the Queen's Guard. And only in the past 25 or 30 years have they been a thing in Lyonesse. And they're a group that's coming on strong, by the way, an influence. Anyway, as you approach the dozen or so bodies that are before the altar, how do you want to go about your search?
So the way I envision it, I'm just making like a beeline for the altar.
Okay.
Ignoring what's on the floor around me for the time
Okay.
being.
All right.
And I'm going to look around for anything that looks religious in nature, any symbols or anything that we can like take that. Anything I can hold in my hands that I can bring up with me.
Okay. So as you approach, go ahead and roll a perception as you're scanning the area.
That is, I believe, a 10? Hold on. Oh, no, where's 9?
9, okay. Well, there's a lot of broken stuff around. You don't know quite what it is. You see on the altar, there's some broken stuff. Looks like there was, what's obvious is some sort of a cloth that's been ripped to shreds and kind of hanging down the sides of it. On the front of it is the golden emblazoned symbol of a sun, and behind it, like a tapestry that shows knights that are kneeling, knights in both male and female, kneeling to the sun, and underneath the sun is what appears to be a priest type, maybe maybe the archpriest, maybe someone of elevated, kind of with the arms held out, basking in the warmth and glow of the sun, and as it's almost like a beam coming down on that individual, and as if they are bestowing blessings of Suna on the knights that are kneeling in front of her.
Nothing of use over here, fellows.
Let's just get what we came for and get out.
I just kept walking to the devil.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
While you went to do the talking to.
Now remember, it's
Suna.
pitch black in here
I was hoping.
unless Hildy's around.
No, I stayed with.
Yeah.
Then we wait with.
I take a torch out of my pack that I have and just haven't used. I snap my fingers, it lights, and then I keep going.
Okay, now a torch in here is only giving you. Is not giving you any better visibility than with Hildy. So you're getting like 20 feet
Oh, yeah.
around you that you can see. And then as you go, you and Hildy start to go. Yes.
Sorry. If you're staying with.
No, they're going away, I believe. Correct? You guys
No,
are.
She's staying with Howl.
Okay,
I'll
got it.
go with Kiva because I don't want
Okay.
us to get singled off.
Let's split the party. We both
Yeah.
fought demons recently. It's fine.
No, that's cool. I think it's great. So the two of you with her torch leading the way. All right, so you can see and can finish your perception with your glow.
You turn around. I'm like,
Oh, they left.
Yeah.
Let's follow him.
Me seeing that Hildy is probably safe with Howl, who has proved himself in combat, I trust Hildy with him, so I keep going.
I've proven myself in combat too, so you're safe with me.
I didn't notice you. You're very stealthy.
I'm good at my job.
So you two of you are about 60 feet ahead as the glow of your torch goes down this long hallway and disappears from their view. What are you guys doing?
I meant
Not Dick, sorry.
Sorry.
Howl and Hildy.
After taking stock of what's going on, and then Hildy being like, "They left you," I'm going to realize, oh, I also have torches. I'm going to light them, and I'm going to, as I'm falling down, I'm going to like look on the wall and see if there are any sconces of any kind that I can light as we go down.
Okay, all right.
And if I find any, hopefully making a chain of like little lights down the hallway.
Gotcha.
He follows him with her 20 feet of bright light, wondering why he's lighting a torch, but not saying anything.
I'm faster than you.
So as you're going down the hall, you can see the glow in the distance of Kiva torch, and what you guys find is the remains of the barbed devil, still exactly as you left it. The cleaved head, the blood everywhere that is now kind of congealed, hadn't dried yet, but it's wet looking. But nothing appears to have been disturbed.
Use primal savagery and essentially have like glowing green claws grow from my hand, and then I just cut half of that cleaved head off so that way we have a nice travel-sized group of devil.
So you have half a head?
Half a head.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, it's just like my green poles just easily cut through it because
Yeah, I mean, it's not too hard to cut through and take what remains of half its head. With the little brain matter, you can scoop in if you want, you know, for flavor.
Oil just like
Stews. Seasoning.
Yeah.
You can carry that.
I'll just like take some of my cloak, just cut off the bottom bit of it, and like wrap it up like
Okay.
a witcher head, and like,
Yeah, I mean, it's
wrap it
spiky.
up.
It's really spiky, so the spikes are going to like poke through.
Yeah, but the soft, squishy, bloody bit will stay on the inside.
They will. Okay, so you managed to do that while they catch up to you, and when they arrive, you're just completing your job.
Got it.
Oh, we're taking pieces.
He'll do cut off a hand.
I got one.
I got mine for proof. Are you gonna keep that, or are you gonna give it as proof?
I might eat it. I don't know.
I'm not sure if that tastes very
You
good.
tasted their blood. You said it.
No, Hildegard, go ahead. Take a bite.
It didn't taste good last time.
Take a bite.
Don't do that to her.
I'll try to bite one of the fingers. Can I bite through it?
Yeah, I mean, you can.
That's like elder abuse.
It's
You're the beauty.
it's really bony.
That's what I assumed. It was just bone.
You know,
It's
but-
gonna be like.
Yeah, kind of like that, but I mean, you still got the flesh on it and all that. It just tastes awful.
Texture.
Yeah, I don't like
I
that.
was right. It's not good.
Well, now you know.
It's like biting a fingernail.
How long are the longest spikes on this spike table?
The longest
It's much better.
on the barbed creature,
I'm
I
not
would
familiar
say
with wild folk.
They have
about
very
a
big
foot,
foreheads.
and that's up mostly toward the head and shoulders area, and along its tail. The tail, yeah, about a foot is going to be the longest, and only, let's see, oh, here's a dice. Only maybe 5 that are about that size. The rest of them are shorter.
Take 5.
Okay, just cutting them off. They're easy enough to cut off.
Are you the type to take trophies?
It's more than that, but yes. And he's
Alright.
going to put him in his bag. Are we going to hold up here, or are we heading back?
I think we should head back personally, but I suppose it's up to the group.
Well, we did say we were getting the proof, and we've scouted.
Scouting. I do not like how many closed doors we have passed.
Well,
There's also a leprechaun running around, and
Yeah, that's
none
what
of
I
us
mean.
are in a really good condition.
Little folks tend to hide in crap places and then jump out and try to scare you. I think he might do that.
And the last time that we kind of confronted him, he kind of made some pretty lights, and you guys got really distracted.
we should probably go.
Which
Yeah.
we'll go, but we'll be on our guard. You know.
I feel bad. I feel like this area was constructed around us, and we're just leaving it. But
You know, I feel like we are meant to go through every single door in this bit. No, I'm okay with leaving for the time being. But just remember, and he holds up the axe. Little fella,
I did say you could steal when we were done with the portal if you want to go in that room.
I do.
Go ahead and put your figures on the board.
Yeah.
Where you're going.
I'll
Ooh.
We're not in initiative, so you can move as you
Yeah,
like. But just so I know where you guys are.
just put me by the fireplace, because I'm just gonna light the fireplace.
Would you like to be the key?
we're going back into this room that we were in.
Yeah.
I'm going back in the room.
I'm staying outside in the hall.
All right.
I have my swords out, and I'm just sort of trying to listen.
Where are you going to go?
No, you're the only one without light, right? You don't have a torch or anything, so.
I'll light a torch. I have one.
Okay, all right.
All of us have torches, we just haven't been using
We
them.
just don't.
No,
use
it's
it
fine.
for some
Just so I
reason.
understand who has light. So that's literally 20 feet around you. You can see.
In our previous scans, what I would have seen that chest while we were looking for the
No.
leprechaun.
In the previous scan, it was completely dark.
That's right.
No, that's not true.
Well,
because
it was
we
his
had
spotlight.
I had my spotlight that
Yeah.
we were looking for the leprechaun. And that
But you noticed general furniture.
Furniture.
You didn't ask specifics. So the bed was the thing that really stood out because of that gold linens that were on it. But the rest of it just looked like furniture.
It looks very pretty, but I'm not interested for the time being. I'm gonna basically he's gonna do like a lap around the room
Okay.
with the torch shining around the edges. See
Okay.
if anything interesting.
Yes. So as you, with all your light, we'll assume that you're pretty much able to illuminate the entire room with the torches and light spell and so forth that you have available to you. There's the bed with the golden linens. There is 3 separate chests. There's a desk, and there is a bookcase with various books and scrolls and tomes. This place is not so much in disarray. There's also, roll a perception.
Perception. Yeah, 16.
16, okay, not terrible.
Could be worse.
Yeah, so, and there's various holy symbols, that you, there's lots of different holy symbols, things that remind you of, that are obvious, like sun symbols and such as that, that you see here and there in different forms and on different things, all around the room.
I definitely want to take a look at least one of the chests.
Sure.
If not all 3.
Sure, absolutely.
Any objections to that?
Hildy told you what you could do. She's gonna wander over to the bookcase and see if anything.
Okay.
They're
And
fancy.
I'll wander over to the desk, but that's for
Okay.
later.
Yakir, we're all stealing things, dear.
That's nice. I'm gonna keep an eye out for the green.
All right, so which chest were you taking a look at? There's 3 of them in there. You can see on the map.
There's one next. Yeah, there's one next to the bar.
can't see from that angle.
The sticky one.
Sticky one.
I will put myself there just so I can.
I want the one by the fire.
One with the big purple
Oh, you're next to
pseudopod.
me.
Yeah.
Okay. Right, you're trying to open it?
Crazy? I want to see. Oh, okay. I want the one by the fireplace.
Yeah, let me get
That's the first one I saw.
better angle there.
Oh, that's actually pretty nice.
He didn't tell me to roll anything
You
yet.
stick to it.
That's a little better.
Yeah.
For the viewer, to see the bookcase and then the desk, this is all on the more ornate side that I'm describing at the
Yeah,
moment.
yeah.
So, so the chest over by the, okay,
Yeah.
as you go up to it, it feels like it's locked. You're unable to just easily open it.
Make an attack roll.
Universal entry button. Yeah.
All right. All right. Make an attack against it.
20.
Oh my god. Why? So double your damage.
It's 14 points of slashing damage.
Okay, so with that natural 20 and that amount of damage, it looks like that this is a pretty sturdy chest. It probably could have taken a lot more, but when you hit it at an angle that kind of removed or pushed off and loosened some of the iron bindings that make this a stronger chest than just a typical wooden chest. Enough so that it cracks and breaks, and a panel of the lid is loosened. And if you wanted to, you could reach in there and just your axe kind of gets stuck between that and the binding. And as you jerk it back out, you can see that you can remove a panel of the lid of about this size if you wanted to.
Great. Going to do that.
Okay.
Imagine I'm going to get poisoned or something, but I'm doing it.
All right, so as you do so, removing that panel, what you can see inside is, it looks like clothing. There's a white, some folded up robes inside. You can see the symbol of Suna emblazoned on the outer, the partial, in the folding. Looks like priestly robes, but more ornate than what the Kabuto gnome was wearing earlier.
It looks like these are fancy clothes. Anybody have any use for Suna robes?
Oh,
I might keep you warm.
Wait a second. You said something about the robes in the fireplace, right?
well, some of the there were some people that had robes, but that might have been what they died in.
Yeah, but they were the dead ones, right?
Yes.
Okay, I will remember this for future things. We need to go stealth mode.
I don't particularly care for Suna, so do what you will with it.
And Howl's going to. About how many sets of robes are there in there?
You can pull them out?
Yeah.
Okay, so as you, it's just a fairly large chest. As you start to pull them out, you realize that it's not just robes. There's about 3 sets of robes as you pull them out. There's some sort of like Triskel type golden hat. Not a hat, but a headgear. You know, it's like a Triskel. So basically, a golden loop with like symbols of Suna that are engraved into it, with the faint glow. And then you see gloves, you see there's golden belts, there's shoes, and also what appears to be a kind of conical-like hat that's been folded and looks like it could be, well, it's hard to tell without putting it on, but it might be able to arrange it in such a way that it's more rigid than when you pull it out.
It's the Pope's clothes.
Essentially something like that, yes, but different.
Okay.
Out of character.
Definitely taking the
Earth
group.
is hell for touching those.
And I want to take that conical hat because it made Howl giggle when he pulled it out a little bit. It's pointy at.
Yeah. And it's got a big old sun emblazoned on it.
Here, if you wear that, everyone will know you stole it.
That's why I won't wear it in minus. Right. I'm thinking.
Or anywhere that worships Suna.
Yes. I'm thinking though, if we take the rest of these clothes, if we need to go back in there, we might have a situation where we can kind of fit in with the unbecoming.
I don't think
We'll
that
look good while we burn to death.
Yeah, we would have to be corpses.
I don't think that
Make ourselves look like corpses.
the robes don't make much of a difference if we're trying to look like the dead, you know?
I just kind of want to wear the robes. I'm not gonna lie. It's fancy.
I don't really like wearing the symbol of the god I don't care for.
And Howl will take one robe, the golden loop, and the pointy hat.
Okay, and pack it away. Where are you putting it?
I'm packing away in his like haversack.
Okay, got it.
It's just mixed in with other shit.
I do take a look at the stuff on the table just to see if there's anything that
On the desk?
Yeah, on the desk to see if there's anything that obviously says this is how we made a portal. This is our plan. You know.
Good idea.
Okay, go and roll investigation. It's on the desk and its contents on top, and then
That's a straight 11 on investigation.
okay. What as far as any of the writings, that looks like there's a pile of paper that's kind of messed a bit, and you could see that just flipping through it, it's mostly religious writings, schedules, things of that nature. It's all pretty mundane. And then in the desk itself, you have writing materials, paper, parchment, and so forth. And there is a very, very nice plumed pen that is like in a little case, but it's open, and it's just kind of stuck in the drawer of the desk, off to the side, as if it were perhaps maybe more ornamental. Then it has like small gems that have been encrusted into the part below the feather, and it might be worth about 100 gold.
A ceremonial sign.
Yeah. It's shiny. But
And it's got a case with the lid underneath that you can put on top.
Yeah, it's shiny, but it isn't a piece of paper that says this is our plan, this is what we are here for.
No, you
So
didn't see anything like
I'm
that.
gonna look at it, I'm gonna say, ooh, shiny, I'm gonna close it, I'm gonna walk away.
You taking it or not?
No.
Okay, leaving it? Okay, gotcha. All right, but that's pretty much the sum of what you find there. There's also 2 other chests on this side, and then you have the whole, perhaps, person that would wait upon whomever it is this resident was, that side of the, and then the bookcase.
Looting the temple night. Anything cool on the bookcase?
Roll investigation.
Probably better than mine.
15.
Okay. Yeah, there's lots and lots of religious texts all over this thing.
Hildy doesn't care anything about the gods.
And there is, toward the bottom, 3 scrolls. And they kind of grab your attention only because they have more of a binding on them that is different from the others, and none of them have the seal of the sun god on them as well. And they've kind of been like thrown off to the side, as if maybe to look at later and just forgotten.
I'll grab them to look at later.
Okay, all right.
One for you.
So 3 of those. There's 3 scrolls that you have that you're able to take. All right.
All right. He'll wander out to eat here.
I stole something for you too, dear.
Oh. What
It's
was
a
it?
surprise. It could be meat. It could be cake.
Well, I don't eat meat, so I hope it's.
Cake.
I suppose. Well, I appreciate it, Hilda. Thank you. I
Well-
appreciate you thinking of me.
Well, I figured we should all go to hell together.
We already have.
You're a shot off the bucket.
Actually, if you're going to stand out here for a moment, I'm going to go listen at the others.
Oh, I'll follow you. This will be fun.
Okay.
I'm just gonna quickly move from door to door if I can, and just listen.
Okay, roll
I just stand
perception.
at the door.
At each
And
door.
I'm trying to mask my footsteps, so if I can, I'll roll a stealth with it.
Okay, do that.
That'll be a
Like he'll be walking
22.
staff on them.
He just like he's very carefully, and then he just hears it, and
They don't notice you.
but they know someone's outside the door.
Did you roll perception?
Yes, 16.
16. Okay. You're against the door is typical of an interior door, and you don't hear anything at first door.
This one.
Yes.
Okay. Going over to door 4. I do a 13 on that door.
You're very quiet.
Nothing at that door either.
I was.
I can barely hear
Door
you.
3.
Door number
Why
3,
don't you wait here while I go listen?
which is okay down the hallway there.
I'm just around the corner.
All right.
That one.
That one.
Did you hear me?
Yeah, you get a splinter in your ear, and you're like, damn. Yes, you're pulling out, you're bleeding a little bit, but yeah, nothing at that door either.
They better not keep bleeding. I like the second it starts bleeding on my ear, I freak. No.
This time.
I won't lose the ear like I lost the bones of my sister.
Oh Lord.
I don't think we know what's
Speaking
happening.
of which, when I come back, Hilda, do you have a way of repairing things?
Yes.
Do you mind? They're very important to me. I'll give you.
Oh, that didn't work at all.
While it is spit. Do you have any clue?
I reach in my bag and I start chewing a piece of gum. You know.
He
The
pulls.
Wrigley's.
That whole thing.
He does a Shamu, and he just slowly walks up to the stone wall and just leans his head against it.
The poor sister.
Oh Lord.
I'm gonna be here for a minute.
So in this dark, dreary place, somehow you find joy.
Oh no.
Someone,
That's
it's been
my
from someone
joy.
or the other. Who felt joy?
All about the brown.
I didn't.
Howell found something shiny.
Was it a crown? I thought it was a
It's like
medallion.
It's a.
Like a trisket, like a loop, you know,
It's
basically.
like a diadem.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking
Oh, so that's how you're gonna be cursed because it's a Horcrux.
Yes.
Yeah, not the kind you'd wear around your neck, but the kind you'd wear, you know,
In this fantasy.
I knew some of those words.
maybe even over the hat. Who knows that you have? It's hard to tell. But
I was gonna do a fashion show.
anything else in the temple this evening?
I'd say we looted the temple enough.
Yeah.
Yes, we've properly secured our fate. I think it's probably time to go. Lord, he's not finding anything for us to look into.
No.
As you make your way back out into the castle courtyard and then through the wall and opening the door to the exterior, finally leaving the smoky, cloudy area behind the castle into the fresher air of the city proper. But in that narrow alley, you see the movement and the shadows initially this evening of 2 of the Temple Knights standing there diligently watching the door and also the alleyway on each side. But both of them come to attention immediately, and look of shock on their face is obvious, as they were not expecting you or anybody to come out of there anytime soon. And you can see that both their hands go to their swords very quickly, almost expecting to be attacked. And a bit of relief comes over their face as they recognize you coming out, as they were part of those that escorted you here in the first place. Oh, I see you've returned. We'll escort you back to Duke Eldroth and the Prince right away. Follow us. And that's where we'll leave it till next week.
Oh, hey, you're frozen.
Again, hey! Just in time. Just in time to be frozen. Wonderful.
I almost wanted,
I'm waving goodbye.
I almost wanted to say they served Iraq.
Depending on how far back that is, just put it in there.
Yeah, we gotta fix this little technical glitch that we're dealing with on this camera that keeps freezing up. We'll have that fixed next week, and we will see you then. Thank you all for watching. Have a good night.
Well, I'm waving. You just